this is Ryan from Incredible Loud and Children Disturbing, wishing from the Monkey Basement a very happy 1-year birthday. That's 52 episodes, and 52 episodes straight, might I add. Not many shows can do that. He's got, like, some sort of dedication. It's like champion, like Batman. Oh, yeah. He's the fucking Batman of podcasting. Hey, Mike, you're a Batman. Alright, as I said, man, congratulations. Mwah!
1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go!
Welcome to this week's edition of From the Monkey Basement. I'm Mike Mann, and I'm sitting here with Adam.
Hello.
Chris.
Hey.
And Kane, is it?
Yes.
Chris's brother. But this is episode 52. 52 weeks of From the Monkey Basement. My first episode was put out February 25th last year. And it's been over 7,000 downloads, a whole fucking shit ton of people that's been on, and
Yay!
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I'm getting emotional. Not really.
I remember when I used to have emotions. I used to have a soul.
I remember those days too. That was before White Castle.
But my whole plan for this episode, and these guys gave me the idea, and Ryan, I think Ryan gave me the idea as well, is to make this one. You know, Adam keeps talking about wanting to dissect the new 52. And
with a chainsaw.
And I'm sure my brain is going to catch on fire again, like it always does when I talk to these guys, because they just try to pack so much information into me. It's just unfucking believable. So what we're going to do is dissect the new 52 for the 52nd episode. Whenever you're ready, Adam, you got the reins, brother.
Yes, because
who are you going to bring up first? I mean, are you going to go down a list of shit that you wrote when you were drugged up on sleeping medicine? Or are you going to, like, give your thoughts about Green Arrow, then give your thoughts about Batman, and give your thoughts about Wonder Woman?
Well, I have written about talking points, and yes, I will get to especially Superman and Wonder Woman, because I think those were the biggest crimes.
All right, you got 10 minutes. Go.
All right. I don't know if I can pack all this shit into 10 minutes. But okay.
Just get the cliff notes.
Okay. I'll just start at the top. One of the things.
And I'm going to interrupt you with questions.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
I feel bad doing that, but, you know.
It is your show.
I mean, but not only that, I mean, so many questions I've had listening back, I'm like, oh, man. And I'm never going to fucking remember to ask you. So,
well,
I'm going to try not to cut you off too much, but.
Well, we'll start at the beginning. DC decided to revamp everything. I think it was about 2011. They said, gee, everyone loves our comics. How can we make this go away? So they decide, we're going to do Flashpoint. And
now, I did see the Flashpoint movie.
Right.
And that was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was,
as a big event, it was really cool to see everything, just
different.
out of whack.
Yeah.
How everything could have been.
I mean, I told a friend of mine about the whole Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne, how their roles changed.
Yeah.
And he got chills, and he was like, damn, that's fucked up.
Right.
I let him borrow it, and he thought it was good. So.
Oh, yeah, that's great. They always have their big summer events. But this one, they're like, now we can change it. There's our jumping on point. Barry Allen goes back to prevent his mom dying. It changes everything, so he tries to fix it, and everything is still changed. So
when he comes back, everything's changed?
Well, yeah, because, he went back in time, saved his mom, came back, you had Flashpoint. Everything's messed up. The whole timeline is weird. So he went back to fix it, and it still didn't go back to normal because it changed it to the new 52 line.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean,
that's why
according to the movie, everything went back to normal.
Well, because in Hollywood, you're allowed to have happy endings. Not so much here. And here's the case. We got, the first thing on my list is a very screwed up continuity. Case in point.
But if they start over the continuity, how is it a fucked up continuity?
Because Because here's what happened with DC. The editors are now calling the shots. DC really has become one of the most miserable places to work.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld, who should be happy that he gets a paycheck because most people think his work sucks, quit there.
He quit, and when I get to that, you're going to laugh at this. You're going to laugh because, again, the editors are out of control. But I said screwed up continuity. Batman's been Batman for 6 years. You know, they're trying to make all their heroes young. And in 6 years, he's gone through 4 Robins. He'll probably have a 5th because Damian's dead now.
Look, well, first off, I don't think many people really like Damian.
If you remember the episode Liefeld Sucks, number 10 on my list, Damian Wayne.
So him dying is not really boo-hoo. And I do believe Batman can go through a lot of different Robins with a long period of time.
It's bad enough.
That's disturbing.
It's bad enough that Batman's costume is dark and helps him blend in with the shadows. Yet Robin's is real colorful and draws bullets.
Was the girl that was Sophia Brown? Is that her name? Was she Robin yet?
Oh no.
There's been another female. Robin?
It was spoiler. Spoiler became Robin.
I know Carrie Kelly, but
no.
And
spoiler.
There's
and I'll bring up that point about Supergirl in a minute. But okay, yeah, Robin. There's been 4 of them in 6 years, but it doesn't make sense because didn't Dick Grayson become Robin at the age of 12? So technically, they're saying Dick Grayson is 16, yet Dick Grayson is in college and living on his own. Like, you see, nothing makes sense.
What in the book? What in the New 52?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not just like that. I mean, it's
maybe
like
he's just really smart.
the editors. If he were smart, he wouldn't have wore the Robin outfit.
Well, what was it, Porky Pig when they did?
No, it was Hampton Pig on
Hampton.
Tiny Toons. He was Decoy, and that's pretty accurate. If
You remember when Hussein used to go on about Batman and Robin versus the NAMBLA pedophiles?
No,
hey,
Jesus.
Robin, go shake your ass in front of these guys, and they'll jump you, and I'm going to come in and bop them on the head.
Oh man!
All right, we keep cutting you off.
Well, no, that's okay. But yeah, the continuity is not just with Batman.
Stop turning your head, man.
Oh,
when you turn your head, it's like real quiet. I can't.
It's not just with Batman. It's with everything because they're like, okay, heroes have only existed now for the past 6 years, so everything.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what DC said. Superheroes have never
in the New 52 continuity.
In the New 52 continuity, only in the last 6 years have there been superheroes. That's why they moved the JSA to Earth 2.
See, I think I brought it up before. I don't like Earth 2 shit.
Oh,
I mean,
you're really going to hate
Earth
it.
3. I don't read it, but it's just another way to put in hokey shit.
Well, DC is fixated.
I want to stick with the same continuity. Story after story after story.
I want to stick with the old DC universe. But no, DC's fixated with the number 52. There's 52 different universes in the DC universe.
Oh, is that what that means? I thought it was 52 different characters.
No. The new 52 meant new 52 comics. There were 52 titles launched when they did the revamp. Some characters shouldn't have had their own books, and they gave it to them. Such as...
But did they get rid of characters that should have had their own books?
They just ignored, like, Donna Troy doesn't exist anymore. I have no idea if Cassandra Cain was ever Batgirl.
Oh, the mute Batgirl.
Yeah.
One of the best Batgirls.
Yeah. I have no idea if she ever existed. I have no idea.
She was awesome.
How do you write for that?
Well, she learned. She started speaking English.
Oh, did she?
I mean, like, she appeared in No Man's Land. If you ever,
she's awesome.
She was ninja trained, very, very deadly when it came to fighting. I don't know if she ever existed now.
And wasn't she a lesbian?
No, that's Batwoman.
Okay.
Is there a Batgirl now?
Yeah, it's Barbara Gordon back to being Batgirl.
Oh, okay.
Is
that how it was when the New 52 started?
Yeah, Barbara Gordon was Batgirl. She was recovering from being shot from the Joker and Killing Joke. She underwent some kind of process that gave her legs
That's
back.
the continuity they're using? Mm-hmm. I thought they just wiped away all the old
They're picking and choosing. They're like, oh yeah, Killing Joke happened. We can't tell you when it happened.
Well,
so is the Joker alive?
Joker's alive. Well, you really have to read Death of the Family.
I'd like to read. Now here's the thing. Death of the Family's fantastic.
It is.
It's
I'd
fucking
love to
good.
read it.
There-
I read Killing Joke.
There are some gems in the New 52 that are just fucking
And
mind-blowingly good.
and you
That's
know what
one
they
of them.
say about gems? They're rare. And that's why they're gems. They're rare.
I think Catwoman's been pretty good.
Catwoman is not good.
It's not
No.
that bad.
Here's
Is Selena Kyle Catwoman?
Yeah, but you know what? They gave her the Batman Returns origin. She's no longer the Frank Miller origin. One of the decent things that Frank Miller's
What,
done
the
with
Dark
his
Knight
life.
Returns? The
Yeah, where
the
she grew up
Nolan?
on the streets and everything.
Really?
Where she grew up on the streets
But-
and became... Yeah,
But in the
she's not
Frank
that.
Miller one, she was like a prostitute or something, wasn't she?
That's Dark
Yeah.
Knight Returns.
I mean, like... No, Dark Knight... no,
Yeah, that's Dark Knight. No, that's year one.
that's year one.
Yeah.
And that worked. I mean,
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God, I
I
knew
don't.
something.
I don't know about the prostitute angle because some writers have kind of shied away from it. But they all agree Selena had a rough life. She
Go watch
grew
Year
up on the
One.
streets. Oh yeah, year one's great. When they started over,
That's
the-
my favorite Batman book.
well
year
it-
one.
with good reason.
Yeah.
Don't if you love that writing, don't read anything Frank Miller's done
Oh,
since.
Dark
Well, I read the-
Returns is good.
I read the Dark
Returns
Knight
is good.
Returns.
Okay, but
And the
that
Dark
was
Knight
before
Returns-
Batman Year One.
The Dark Knight Returns animated movies. Best fucking Batman movies I've
yeah.
ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my god.
you can make that argument. You can't really make that argument with a lot of these new 52 things. Like, okay, Catwoman, they went there. She fell out a window. She was licked back to life by cats.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the,
and now she may be Russian. That's also
that's
a
the
thing.
Batman Returns. Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
was
what I
that their story
No,
or was that?
that's something Tim Burton came up with.
That's what I meant. Was that continuity story the movie story? That's like you said. That's what Tim Burton came up with.
Right,
Yeah.
Tim Burton came up with it, and now it's continuity. Now, after all these years, they decided, lick her back to life with cats. Lick her back to life with cats.
What do you think about the redesign of Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad?
I don't see why Harley needs to have the bleached skin.
I like it.
I
like it a lot.
Now, do they
You
explain
like it
the
'cause-
bleach skin, or is it the
Yeah,
is it
Joker
makeup?
shoved her in those chemicals that he went through.
Yeah, he convinced her to go in there.
But
But what's her hair look like though?
It's like
It's-
blue and black.
it's black and red.
I like the redesign. Some people were complaining about the redesign of her because they said she looks slutty. And,
Well, you like it because she's wearing less.
yeah. Well, I'm a pervert. We read
Okay,
comics.
and I understand that, but you know what? I really like that classic Harley costume. And if they
Hey, no, I'm not
if
saying-
they wanted to slut her up a little, I say the outfit she wears in Arkham City is better than the outfit that she's wearing in the New 52.
I like the outfit in the New 52 a little bit better than Arkham City.
I kind of like the older outfit where it's like one long,
Yeah,
one whole.
That-
jumpsuit.
well, that's everyone likes.
I
but
don't
this-
like the goofy hat. I like the pigtails on her.
Yeah, I like the
But
pigtails.
the whole one piece suit I kind of like.
Pigtails.
High five right there.
No, but I was watching this thing. This girl was talking about the redesign of Harley, and she was just going on. She's like, she can't do acrobatics in that. I'm like, you're debating the logic
Well,
of
I
a
mean,
comic book
that is why
with
they
a guy
changed.
with a guy that's walking around that's a talking fucking shark,
King Shark,
King-
yeah.
and he's awesome. He's fucking great.
What did I read that he was in?
Was it Superboy?
No, it was King Shark. He was in.
No, I mean he was.
he was in
Superboy
he was in
comics.
Secret Six and
was he in
Suicide
Killing
Squad.
Joke?
No,
No.
I read a book he was in,
Oh, he's
and it was they were on like an island,
there's probably
a
Super.
prison island, and the prison island started to. They started some. It started some kind of black hole. It got sucked into some kind of black hole. Blue Beetle was in it.
Was it the Jamie Reese Blue Beetle where he looked like he's wearing a suit of armor and
He was in a beetle thing that flew. He looked like a beetle. Canary was in it.
oh wait, you might be talking about
If you
Was
t-
it back in
was it
nine-
Hush?
No.
it wouldn't have been Hush. Are you talking? Was this back in like 2006? Because I remember.
Look. I've only been reading comics like 2 years, and it was something I just read recently in the past
Okay.
year. And
I
cannot-
know they did. He was in the Suicide Squad, and at one point they were chasing after this anti-mutant or anti-superpowered
No, wait.
group.
DC doesn't have mutants; they have metahumans.
Well,
Dick-
I mean,
Dick-
they've been doing that before the New 52.
Dick was Nightwing.
okay.
Barbara Gordon was paralyzed.
Yeah,
She was watching over the
okay.
prison.
So this was definitely before the New 52.
Okay. But, she was paralyzed. The Joker did something. Man, what the fuck was it? He did something that in the prison when a riot started, they spray something automatically.
Was it?
And he mixed his toxin in with it, and everybody in the prison had the big Joker smile.
It wasn't.
But they were all.
It wasn't laughing. Last laugh, was it? Was
Yes.
It, oh,
that's what it
I got
was.
that book.
That's exactly what it was. I read all 6 of them.
I put that book down. It's where Joker's about to die. He's dying. Or
He
something
thinks
like
he's dying.
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
Yeah, I didn't like it. It's kind of like what.
I mean, I liked it all the way up to the point where I saw a walking shark.
He's actually he's you need if you read him in Secret Six and Squad, he's fucking hysterical. He's awesome. But that book suffered what Batman War Games suffered, where they just had way too much fucking
tie-ins.
shit. Too much tie-ins, too much shit going
That's how
on.
I thought Hush was.
You think that's bad?
Hush, they did that, but it wasn't.
It was
as much
Hush
as
was
War
more
Games.
contained.
I was like,
Batman
man, every
titles.
goddamn villain Batman ever fought.
Oh
is
no,
in
no.
the
When
fucking-
I say
don't read War
tie-ins,
Games.
I mean like Last Laugh went through probably every DC title. It appeared like part of Last Laugh was Joker releasing Doomsday again
Yeah.
to fight Superman in Washington D.C. Now, I mean, I'm always up for a Superman Doomsday fight, but again, not everything has to revolve around that. And they had just come off of what was it? Our World's at War.
Uh-huh.
So it's like at that time, DC was just bombarding their readers with all kinds of crossovers. So it's like, give us your money, give us your money, give us your money. And it got worse with Countdown, and it's even worse now with the New 52.
Yeah.
It is so...
Well,
everything's crossover, everything's a major thing, so it's like, wow, if I want the whole story on something, I'm going to drop $75.
That's what we were talking
Easily.
about last time. I
Whoa.
wanted to read
0 Hour?
Zero Year, and I want to read Death of the Family.
Death of the
But
Family is at
it's-
least contained in the Batman books.
Is it? Okay, good.
The thing I'll also say about what they're doing with the New 52 is a lot of these Marvel and DC, and now you can say are notorious. This is why I read more like Valiant and Dynamite now. Is they lost sight of the actual comic fucking books. They're thinking about the bigger scheme of merchandising and shit. And that's the honest truth. You look at what they did with Lobo, as you brought up. They make him look like he belongs in My Chemical Romance or some
Hot
fucking emo
Topic.
band. Hey, he looks like a Hot Topic ripoff. And there's like 3 or 4 characters that they did it with Mr. Freeze, as you brought up.
Well, that brings me to the next thing on my list. The revamps. The look of the revamps. We got Hot Topic Lobo, Hot Topic Mr. Freeze, Hot Topic Harley Quinn.
Mr. Freeze looks like a Hot Topic Mr.
They
Freeze.
took
He's
the
got a
sleeves-
mohawk.
He has a white mohawk. They took the sleeves off his outfit. Now get this. This is a revamped Mr. Freeze, right? He can't survive in anything that's not sub-zero temperatures.
So does he, like the Arnold character, still have the whole suit?
It's
except
not
they
armor.
cut the sleeves off?
Yeah, but it's not armor like that. It looks like black leather. It looks like an S&M outfit. Oh, and get this. They actually decided to give him a reason for the goggles. Because while his whole body has to be sub-temperature, his eyes are normal, so his eyes need to be heated.
No! That doesn't make any goddamn
It
sense!
doesn't make any sense. But this is part of the wackiness that is the New 52.
You see, I don't mind. Again, I stick by
The goggles are not... I mean, they may help on the outside, but the rest of him's still going to be cold.
Right. I always thought that, he needed the goggles to see through, the fogged up window of his suit.
Yeah.
But it's horrible. It's really bad. Oh, and another thing they changed about Mr. Freeze, while I'm on the topic of Mr. Freeze, was his origin. He never had the wife. Now in the New 52.
That shit.
He never had her.
That shit.
He never had her. She was just someone who was frozen back in the 30s or 40s, and he was working on a way, because he was discovering stuff about cryo sleep. He fell in love with this woman he never knew to try to revive her. So I'm like, you took Heart of Ice and you just jerked off all over it.
Yeah, Heart of Ice is one of the greatest Batman stories ever.
You took all the work Paul Dini put into that character and said, you
that
know
was
what,
shit.
Paul?
That was
Your story was okay, but...
No, we know better. The editors know better, which is coming up
with
on this
it being
fucking
his
list.
wife, there's more of a connection there instead of just
you
some
sympathize.
some strange lady that he doesn't know. He's just experimenting on.
Right. You
Yeah.
sympathize, like, okay, I understand. He's trying to bring his wife back. He's not that bad of a guy. He's certainly not the Joker. He's certainly not Two-Face.
Yeah.
But now they're like, no, we don't like character development.
Yeah.
We don't like it. We don't want you to feel anything except, wow, where can I buy that suit? Hot Topic, maybe?
You see, the one I will stick up for is the Harley Quinn redesign because, again, I'm a pervert and I read comics to see.
What's the
girls
new
with bigger-
design look like?
She looks a lot trampier, but then again, but the honest truth though, then again, her character's kind of off like that. So what the fuck? I mean, what the hell do you expect? You know.
You know, what I expected was good writing.
Well, the writing with her has not been bad.
Okay.
Death of the Family's been good. Squad's been good. You know.
I don't know. The whole thing about her fucking Deadshot with
That
putting
did-
Joker's face over his mask.
She's a nutball.
She is a nutball, but Harley's never been sick like that.
You know,
But-
no. I'll make an argument that she is sick like that. She's still in the relationship with the guy.
Now her origin.
Joker is he's really abusive to her. He's really vile. He's really mean to her. He's violent. He's beaten her numerous times. He's tried to kill her.
She was his psychiatrist, right?
Yeah.
And she fell in love with the Joker, right? Did
Yeah.
that make her go a little mad too?
Yeah, she went fucking.
There's New 52 Harley.
That's one of the new 52 Harley.
She looks like she's got on roller skates. I was
She-
gonna say,
she looks like
she's part of a roller derby.
Well, with the white skin, she looks
This-
like Beetlejuice.
This is from the new supervillains thing. Show him the other one, the one where she's with the Suicide Squad. This one.
This one has a cape.
Dude, that works, man. That
Are those
works.
knives in the side right there?
Hell yeah, they are. if you weren't married, a chick approached you like that, would you get down?
I don't know, man. She looks kind of dangerous.
No, who the danger's fucking fun.
No, it's
Come on.
not.
Come on.
I'm already afraid of my wife. Okay.
Well, okay, but there's that revamp. How about Zatanna's revamp?
Yeah.
Zatanna always had a nice classic look.
Who's Zatanna?
Show him the revamp
Just-
of Zatanna. She's the magician.
You've probably seen her in like any of the Justice League cartoons. She has like this Vegas magician outfit with the
and
top hat and
Yeah.
the fishnets.
Yeah, I think I did see her.
Okay, that was a very classic
I think
look.
she was in one of the movies I watched on Netflix.
She could have been.
A Justice League movie.
She really could have been. I mean, I think they had her on Crisis on Two Earths.
No, I didn't see her in the movie.
They might have had the evil version of her. Because, Crisis
evil
on,
version.
Well, Crisis on Two Earths, Okay, so they took Zatanna looking just classical, and they said, let's make her buy her outfit from Hot Topic.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It seems like the last Harley you showed me and her, they got, what do you call the bustier or whatever it is?
Well, probably.
And they're all tied into it.
Right.
Here's the thing. That's stupid because her other outfit was hotter and it showed her as a magician. I'm not going to complain when we have women in skimpy outfits in comics because I really hate to say it. Most of us are guys. Most people that read comics are guys. We kind of want to see that.
Okay, I'll admit there is nothing wrong with looking at attractive women, but sometimes they're slutting it up for the sake of slutting it up.
Yeah, that's one of them. Harley, I don't think's that bad because she's a wacko. I mean, again, you're in a relationship with a guy who kills people and beats you. To say that she wouldn't dress slutty or do some of the other shit that she did
You can make the same argument that because she's nutty, she dressed like Jason Voorhees because she's a nut.
No. I think her revamp's not that bad.
Well,
Zatanna's not good.
Okay.
Superman with armor
How
is
about
not good.
how about slutting up for the sake of slutting it up? Starfire. What they've done with Starfire.
Yeah, I don't think that's that good.
And really, not only is it her look where she's wearing basically a postage stamps and some shoelaces, but it's the way they even tackled her character. They really just made her the token girl to have sex with in the outside, not the Outsiders, the Outlaws, Red Hood and the
Yeah.
Outlaws. Basically, she's there to have sex with Arsenal or Red Hood or whoever else. Starfire used to be this proud warrior. She was a badass. Kate, I mean, you used to watch the Teen Titans cartoon. I know they kind of made her a little more innocent in that, but she was a hard ass, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a real good character.
And now she's just there to fuck everyone. I mean, literally, that's what it is. And you're like, you took away her dignity. I understand Starfire has never been really one to cover it all up, but you said, let's just take away even more and just take away she was a princess. And they don't really even, I mean, they acknowledge that she was a princess, but it's like, she's now just a sex queen. It's horrible. And speaking of Red Hood and the Outsiders, the redesign of Red Hood. His hood has facial features now. Instead of just being a hood, just being the helmet, it has facial features. And he's like more armored because in the new 52, you either buy your clothes from Hot Topic or Tony Stark's garage sale. That's the thing. Arsenal. Roy Harper's back to being Arsenal, not Red Arrow. But they have him wearing these stupid trucker hats with his costume. It just throws the whole thing off.
What?
Yeah, he changes a different hat every issue, but it's a trucker hat. It's like...
Isn't there a TV show that has a guy that does that? There's a TV show, a guy always wears a trucker hat, and it always says something different.
Oh, Squidbillies.
But no, it's an actual television. It's not a cartoon.
Oh.
I
don't know about that then.
If it's a reality TV show,
No, it's
watch
a script. It's like Parks and Rec or something.
I don't watch Parks and Rec. The only reason I think that show's still around is because Amy Poehler's blowing someone. I
think she's like the executive producer.
Right, but I mean, they canceled My Name Is Earl, but they kept Parks and Rec.
That was a
they
damn good
canceled Deadwood.
I'm talking about NBC, Chris.
I know.
They
Deadwood got 8 Emmys in 3 years. And
look who
HBO
just
still
walked
did
through the
camp.
door. It's the lovely Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth.
That's the worst Macho Man
I
voice
did
I've
not
ever
try
heard.
to make it good.
They canceled 24. Oh, wait a minute. It's coming
back.
Woohoo!
No, but they canceled. Deadwood got 8 Emmys in 3 years. I mean, it cleaned house.
I don't know. I've never watched that. I don't even know what it
Well,
is.
it's also really well known for its crazy fucking cursing because it's on HBO, and then HBO shit canceled.
That's why I don't know it.
Well, the HBO shows are all been good.
HBO
HBO
canceled it
shows.
after 3 seasons?
Yeah.
You say? That's
Well,
weird.
That's like canceling Mad Men after 3 seasons, and that thing's like that's AMC's like Emmy award-winning baby. That thing fucking
So is
wins.
Breaking Bad, and I actually
I
finished
thought The
that
Walking
now.
Dead was.
What, do they have the final episode?
They had the
on?
final seasons on Netflix.
They do?
Yeah.
Yes!
Spike.
But okay,
Excuse me.
still going on about shitty revamps. Reverse Flash.
Yeah, that sounds shit.
Oh, no. Reverse Flash is a great character. He's my favorite Flash villain because the way that he was written, he is the Flash's Joker, basically.
Really?
Yeah, his costume was yellow with the
I
red
seen
boots.
that. I
Okay.
think they showed that in Flashpoint.
They probably did because he was the one that killed Flash's mom. He went back in time and killed her.
I don't think they showed that in Flashpoint.
Okay.
Not in the movie.
That's in Flash Rebirth, and if you ever pick that up, it's really good. But no, he had a great classic look. But again, the editor's like, we don't like our characters having dignity. We have to make it edgy. So what was one of the edgy things? He looks like he's made out of lava now. Like his costume's mostly black with like red lines, like it's bleeding through him, and like electric.
I mean, can he do the same thing as Flash? I mean,
at this point,
when you
I
say
don't know.
reverse Flash, I mean,
Well, yeah, reverse Flash.
does he run slow?
No, he's fast. The only thing that Reverse Flash could do that Flash couldn't. Oh, look, Elizabeth's handed me pizza. We have Jet's Pizza, folks. That's Jet's Pizza. I don't know if they have that anywhere else.
I heard it's somewhere else. I've
don't-
seen it somewhere.
No, I mean I don't know if they have it in like Australia. To all our Aussie friends out there, I want to visit you someday. I want to visit Australia.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go there.
But yeah, Reverse Flash's costume sucks. I don't know if his powers are the same. It's not the same guy either. Reverse Flash was from the future. He was obsessed with the Flash,
Jesus.
and he came back, and that was his whole thing. The new Reverse Flash is Daniel West, Iris West, the woman that Barry Allen should be married to, but DC said marriage is for old people. No young people will ever get married, and no one over 30 reads comics.
He does have a point with that.
When you say revamp stuff,
Thanks.
like Green Lantern,
Yeah.
they revamp him. I mean,
that was the only
like,
title to escape
I
being
thought-
reset.
before they rebooted everything, who was Green Lantern?
Well, I mean, yeah, you had the whole Green Lantern Corps. So
I mean, like,
you had Hal Jordan. and
okay,
you had
because I thought I heard somewhere that Hal Jordan died a long time ago.
Well, he did
and
die a
now
long time
it's
ago.
like John Stewart or
well,
something.
no, Hal became Parallax back in '94.
What?
Yeah. That DC back then DC was trying to shake everything up. It started with the death of Superman, then it went to Nightfall, and then Hal ended up going crazy and became Parallax and wiped out the Green Lantern Corps. So only Kyle Rayner was the only Green Lantern in the universe for a while. Wonder Woman had her powers taken away. Aquaman lost his hand. That's when everything was changing.
Yet
But-
some of that was not. A lot of that was not bad.
It wasn't bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was happy when they brought the Green Lantern Corps back because I think it just the idea of space cops is just thrilling to me.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
But no, Daniel West is now Reverse Flash, and it's just like, wow, you guys really you don't give a fuck anymore. You really don't give a fuck. And with more of that, 'cause I have a bunch of bad resigns. How about Cyborg Superman? Remember how Cyborg
What, Hank
Superman
Henshaw?
looked? Yeah, remember how he looked?
I haven't seen.
Remember how he looked back before it
is
reset?
But there's only one Superman.
Right.
Well, Cyborg Superman came from the Bloodline thing after Death of Superman. And his real name's Hank Henshaw. He's awesome.
He's a great villain.
Show me the redesign of Hank Henshaw. Let me.
Let's see the design of him before they revamped him.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that. Have to.
The
reset
design
it
of Hank
here.
Henshaw was awesome, though.
I mean, I seen something, and it was like half Superman, half robot. Is that kind of like?
That's Cyborg Superman, and he was a great villain. I mean, especially like this is in the Reign of the Supermen, where he first appeared.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he looked awesome. So if
That's the old one, right?
Yeah, that's the old
Yeah.
one. Now, if I'm a dickheaded New 52 editor, how am I going to change this? Well, I'm going to say, you know what's popular right now? Anime. So let's anime the shit out of Cyborg
Oh
Superman.
God, no!
Oh no! Don't say that.
That's fucking lame. It's lame, but it
They're
could
like-
have been worse.
They're like, hey, let's rip off Akira. Let's rip off Akira.
Jesus.
Uh-oh. Something popped up here. Oh, there we go.
Let me get a look at that. Jesus.
Right. Here's again. I think Cyborg Superman worked because it was simplistic. It was a simplistic design. They didn't overthink it. This is overthought as hell.
If this was another comic book character, it would look cool. If there's another comic book character.
But if it wasn't Cyborg Superman,
If it wasn't Hank Henshaw, this would look cool. Because I do like the longer arm thing, he's got going on. But this is shit. I mean, it's shit for fucking.
It's shit
Hank
for
Henshaw.
shit's sake.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, what they're doing, this is what they're doing. And remember when I said that thing about demographic hunts? They're looking at everything that's fucking popular now, and they're saying, let's put this in that. Let's put this in that. Let's make fucking Mr. Freeze have a mohawk and look stupid.
It's going to be a mullet. Mark my words. Mr. Freeze will end up having a white mullet.
hey, what's wrong with the mullet? I used to have one.
But that was back when mullets were acceptable.
But
I don't think they were ever really acceptable.
they're
tolerated.
They're doing all that shit for shit's sake. And, Marvel did it. Still does it. The Punisher meets Eminem thing, that happened because there was a Source magazine with a picture of Eminem with the Punisher skull and shit tattooed on his chest. So he's popular. Punisher's pretty popular. Let's make them an item. Fucking lame.
How about Bane's redesign?
Yeah, Bane's redesign's stupid.
Instead of having the Venom case on his arm, he now has a tank on his back.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the old movie Batman.
Yeah, where he's so...
He's got the hoses going into his mask.
Yeah.
Pumps all the venom in.
Yeah, it's bad. What else? They're bringing back Wally West because Flashpoint and everything erased Wally West out of existence. DC said, "Oh, the fans want Wally West back because it was nice having more than one Flash."
So there was two Flashes.
There were 5 Speed Force characters. I think maybe 6.
But I thought he became the Flash on accident.
Mhm.
So did everybody become Flash on accident?
You raise a good question.
Well,
And do they all do it the same way?
no. Like, Impulse was born into it. But, no, Earth 2 Wally West, not Earth 2 Wally West, I'm sorry. Regular Wally West. He's now, I showed you, he's blue electricity.
Yeah.
That's fucking lame.
And it's blue because
I don't like
it
what they did
blows.
to Captain Cold. I don't like what they did to Captain Cold either. He doesn't have a freeze gun. He has the powers and stuff. I do.
Right.
I do like. I was watching this thing
Well,
where
that's
they're
kind of
talking
like
about.
a Marvel character.
Yeah.
That kid that's got the freeze
Yeah.
in his hands or whatever.
Iceman?
Yeah.
Well, they also have Blizzard from Iron Man comics who has that same ability.
Well, the other thing that they were talking about, what was it? And I think it kind of worked. Who's the heat villain of that?
Heatwave?
Pyro?
Heat Wave. Yeah. I guess basically Captain Cold, the Rogues Gallery, he gave them all. He was fixing them all to have powers. Well, Heat Wave ended up getting somehow skewed up where he's burnt alive. He's deformed because then he hates Captain Cold for it. Like, that's kind of cool. It still sucks because Captain Cold looks goofy, but it works. Okay? He looks goofy as shit. He's got a parka on and a fucking freeze gun, okay? But it works. It works. He shouldn't be Mr. Freeze. He shouldn't be as powerful as anyone else. The thing about his gift is his criminal intelligence. You know, that's what makes him a good character. Yeah. You know, he's a smart thug. You know, they don't need to, and they don't need to do these angles with every fucking character. Sometimes what's simple works.
Right. Well, almost. The thinking behind the New 52 is simple, and it doesn't work.
No.
Next on my list. How about, we're talking of revamps, this idea of putting body armor on characters that don't need it. Superman is wearing body armor. The Man of Steel, Mr. Invincible,
Man of Steel
is wearing body armor. Okay? So is Supergirl. But here's the really messed up thing about her body armor. Her boots go up to, like, you know, right above her knee. And it's all armored. But then there's an opening on her kneecap in the armor for her kneecaps to hang out. So then what the fuck is the point?
Now, are her thighs exposed?
Oh.
Kinda.
Oh, they should be.
So yeah, her legs are bare. So it's like, well, that armor's really not accomplishing shit now, is it?
Yeah.
Or how about, and you'll love this, Darkseid's body armor. Dark
Yeah, I don't
side.
like it.
Dark fucking side. He's a god.
He has body armor now?
He has body armor now.
It's
Because again,
But it looks cool!
if you're 9, it looks cool. Malachi would probably like
now
it.
talk about. You should talk about what do you say was a lot of the other bullshit behind the scenes in.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that. But no, this idea of body armor. Darkseid fought Superman and fought Doomsday. He doesn't need body armor. He doesn't. His old look was very classic because he just had the tunic with the hood, the boots, and the gloves. And it worked because, like, Apocalypse, the planet that he's from, while having an advanced technology, it was kind of like back in medieval times also. It merged the two looks. He had, again, dignity. That's what these characters don't have anymore. And, like, now, and I said this, in the New 52, you either buy your outfit from Hot Topic or Tony Stark's garage sale. So, Darkseid bought Tony Stark's old armor, because that's what it looks like.
Darkseid's fucking huge, though, isn't
Yeah. But there's this trend of now, and Marvel followed suit too, because they put body armor on the Hulk. So,
What?
Yeah. So if we are going to put body armor on characters that don't need it, I'm going to say this right now.
Did they watch the Hulk movie when people were firing machine guns at him, and it's just like, pling, 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 pling?
Right. So I'm going to call it out right now. Since we're going to go stupid with this, I need Wolverine to have adamantium body armor.
Yeah.
He needs adamantium body armor. I mean, he doesn't really need it, but I mean, if we're going to be stupid, let's go all the way stupid.
Oh,
He
yeah.
needs it. Colossus needs body armor. I know that's his power, but he needs body armor. Silver Surfer needs body armor. You know what, Galactus? I don't think he's not protected enough. He needs body armor. How about Ego, the living planet? Just body armor for ego. Because if we're going to be stupid, I mean, let's jump in all the way with this and really run ourselves into bankruptcy. Because Marvel already did once, and I'm just waiting on DC to do it.
Well, will DC's have someone to buy them up like Disney bought up Marvel?
Warner Brothers owns DC.
No.
I don't think Warner Brothers is paying attention to what they're doing.
Well, when WCW was being owned by Ted Turner, you really think Ted Turner paid attention real well to WCW?
Well, and look what happened.
I'm not. Hey, you're right. But it
Crashed
shit
and
like that,
burned.
I
Crashed
think-
and burned. Dan DiDio, the editor-in-chief of DC, the president, whatever the hell he's been referring to himself, the greatest villain ever. Or as some people like to call him, Dan Dildo. He's the Vince Russo now of DC.
Is he an editor?
He's the guy in charge.
Oh, okay.
He's the
He's
guy in
like
charge.
Ava
Wait.
Arad.
You said
Arid doesn't even work for Marvel anymore.
Oh, thank Christ.
you said something about editors earlier, and how they have control now.
Oh yeah.
So if
I'll
I'm a writer
stick to it.
if I'm a writer for DC, and I turn in my story, the editors can change it,
They can make you.
or they can make you change it.
Well, I'll go into the editor thing right now. The editors are dicks.
Oh, but here's the thing.
The writers are suffering, and like the editors are on such a power trip. You know, Rob Liefeld actually called it a pissing contest over there with the editors.
And he said he won 80% of his editorial battles, which is strange because he writes shit.
But he quit because he couldn't take it anymore. He said it's a pissing contest. I don't think the editors are... Here's what I imagine the editors doing. Because they're on power trips now. They want to see who has the biggest dick. They're no longer satisfied with pissing all over the place, even though it shows in the writing. I think what they do now to really prove who's king dick is they put glow-in-the-dark condoms on and just reenact all the Star Wars lightsaber fights right there in the office. Last man standing wins, and you won a kingdom of shit. Okay, and examples of that. Andy Deagle. Do you know who he is?
I can't think.
He's a writer. He's a writer for DC, and he's written on some of the Vertigo stuff. And I think
Vertigo's good.
I think he's even written on some of the old Green Arrow stuff. Right? He left Action Comics before they even put out an issue.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he couldn't take it. The editors are like, you know, instead of just having the writer write the story and say this is what it is, and the editor looking at it and saying, okay, there might be some continuity issues here, or
Exactly.
we're going to have to.
Well, they're not doing
That's
that.
exactly how, like I said last time.
Right.
That's what they should be doing.
That's what they should be doing.
Maybe editing it down to fit,
Right.
or like you said, continuity issues.
Uh-huh.
But yet they're changing stories.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, not only that, they're telling the writers what to write because
oh my God! They're
George-
like, this is what you're going to write about.
George Perez, who has been in the industry for close to 40 years.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah. He's an artist and a writer. He draws. He
was on Comic Book Men.
Yeah. He's very well respected. He's a guy, he loves to draw as many characters as he can. So he's a guy they get for those really big, epic crossovers where you
Yeah.
have like 1,000 characters. He did the artwork in Justice League versus Avengers. He did the artwork, I want to say he did the artwork in Infinite Crisis. He did the artwork in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
So is he still writing for DC?
No.
But were editors trying to get him to change his stories or write what they wanted him
Here's
to
what
write?
happened.
That's not somebody you do that to.
Here's what happened, because he was on Superman.
That's like telling
did it
Anthony
to
Hopkins
Gail
what
Simone.
to do. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
Here's what happened. He was on the Superman book, like the actual title called Superman. He only lasted 6 issues. He left, and he said, and I quote, DC couldn't tell him things because he was wondering, okay, now that everything's reset, they couldn't tell him if Superman's parents were alive.
Oh, you mean like he's like, oh, is Superman's parents still alive? Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, they wouldn't answer that. They couldn't answer what his relationship is to the other characters in the universe. Where's his place? They couldn't even tell him who exists in the new timeline. So he's like, I have to come up with 6 issues, and you can't tell me what you're looking for.
But yet, when he hands those issues in, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this isn't right. This isn't right."
Right.
This-
So 6 issues.
shit they could have told him to fucking begin with.
Right. 6 issues later, he left. Rob Liefeld quit. And he stated, because he left because the editors were making, he said, absolute last minute changes to everything that would screw up the storyline. He's like, you have everything laid out. You're going to print. You think everything's fine. Then they come back in the 11th hour and be like, this arc doesn't work. We need another one. And we need it by 7 a.m.
So that sounds like he's got to write most of the story.
Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Like he's got to rewrite.
And he has like 3 hours to do it.
Oh,
to
my
plan
God.
a story arc. So there's that. Because of the editors. It screwed up the whole storyline. James Robinson left Earth 2. He had the Earth 2 book. And he's the guy that decided Alan Scott is gay.
And we talked about him last episode.
He's the guy that decided, DC decided, we're going to do the Justice Society on Earth 2, like how it was in the old 1960s comics. And they turned around and said, you know what we've decided? Instead of it being set in the World War II era, it's going to be set in present day, but World War II is going to happen in the present day.
What?
And the redesign, because the JSA's comic...
So they moved World War II up about 50 years.
Yeah, yeah. And it happens now. And again, if you look at those characters, you could laugh at some of the goofiness.
I'm sorry, 60 years.
Almost 70, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah. I'm bad
Some
at
of some of the characters, you could say, yeah, their costumes look a little goofy because they were created in the 1940s, but there was a regalness to it. Alan Scott...
Well, back then, they were fucking awesome.
Right.
We look at it now, and it's
worked for
dated.
It worked for it.
But
I think some of it still works. Classic Flash, I think, still works, especially...
well, with the little helmet on?
Yeah. But they decided to go RoboCop with it. He's got this weird goblin-shaped helmet with a visor and everything. It's like...
The Flash?
Yeah. Yeah. A whole lot of no.
No.
You know, they're the ones that said, here's Alan Scott's costume. Sucks. Here's his powers. Nothing to do with his old Starheart powers at all. It's just a headache. It's a headache. But he was promised Earth 2, and he left Earth 2 because he couldn't take it anymore. Kevin Maguire, fired from Justice League 3000. Because he's the guy that made the Justice League witty back in the 90s. Witty and lighthearted and fun. It was fun to read. You weren't reading it for dark Batman-type stuff or, you know, really twisted Garth Ennis shit. You were looking for just lighthearted fun. They got him for Justice League 3000. They're like, yeah, because, oh, by the way, Legion of Superheroes doesn't exist anymore. They replaced it with Justice League 3000.
Is it future?
Jesus.
In the future or something?
Yeah, it's in the...
And people wonder why I don't read a lot of DC or Marvel anymore.
Yeah, it's 1,000 years in the future. Legion of Superheroes was just that. A whole legion of these teenage superheroes coming together, forming a team. It was great. They were inspired by the old heroes. They had a museum dedicated to them. Like you saw Superman's cape in a museum.
Oh, cool.
It was so classic, so well done, but it doesn't exist anymore. So they have Justice League 3000. Characters, and I will say the Green Lantern of Justice League 3000 does look kind of cool because he kind of looks like Hobgoblin. He's got this cloak and everything. It's a different take on it. I don't know what they did with Batman. It kind of looks a little bit like Batman Beyond, but not. It's like
I really like Batman.
Batman Beyond's great. Speaking on a side note, I went on YouTube. I found a From the Monkey Basement video with the Batman Beyond theme song.
I know.
And Mike running around in a cape.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I not know about
How
this?
did you find that?
It was on YouTube.
I mean, I know, but how did you...
My dad wanted to hear the podcasts, and I said, well, just go to Google. And
type in From the Monkey. Yeah.
And that popped up.
Because I put a YouTube channel on there, too.
Right. I'm amazed by the video. I'm like, hey, maybe we should do another one. I think it'd be fun. But I'm like, I was looking at it, I was like, was this for like a promo for this show?
No, we were just fucking around.
I can tell you guys were having a blast.
Yeah.
It started with a guy.
And one of the guys, we were just messing with his iPhone movie, iMovie, and we were just fucking goofing off. And that was my theme song at one time.
Oh, really?
And then I thought, you know what? That's licensed. I better take that down.
I know, it's too bad. I mean, it is bad that you can't use licensed stuff, because
I can, because I'm not making money on this shit, but...
You want to hear something
then we should use Anthrax's Madhouse.
You want to hear something...
My first, I don't know, maybe maybe 10 or 15 episodes
Uh-huh.
was part of the Anthrax Big Four.
Uh-huh.
It was just a clip from one of the songs.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember which song it was though, but go back and like listen to like the first 15-20 seconds of my first episode, and you'll hear just the beginning of it.
You want to hear something sad about this is something that also happened with licensed material being used. There's a video game online called Terrordrome.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun game.
It's an awesome game.
It's the
Awesome
best
game.
concept ever.
It's all of the classic slasher horror movie villains
In a
fighting each
fighting
other
game.
in a fighting game, kind of like Mortal Kombat. You had Chucky,
Michael Myers. Jason.
Maniac Cop, Pinhead.
I never played the one with Pinhead because they did them in like just different versions.
Yeah.
The guy
And
would release a new one.
and the guy
Ash
did it
was
good.
in it. Leatherface, Jason. I think there were 2 different versions of Jason.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy.
It was awesome. Universal cracked down on the dude because of licensing and stuff. You know,
He wasn't
they were-
making money off of it
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I
That
pay money
shit-
for this shit. I ain't making money. But I turned in an episode to Smodcast.
Uh-huh.
They're doing this thing. It's called UPod or Pod U.
Uh-huh.
I haven't heard nothing back yet, but but they can't. It's got to be cut down to a certain amount of time. You can't have any licensed music in it. So I had my friend make me music, and he made it for me in a couple hours on his computer, and he sent it to me, and I used that for a while. And then I found an old CD of a friend of mine's old stuff, and that's what you hear now.
Okay.
And
Kind of like jazz swing.
yeah, it was never published, and it was. I think it was his band. So I asked him. I said, "Can I use some of your music for my podcast?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." I was like, "Okay." Now that's my theme song. So
Well, that's funny. Okay, back to the Justice League 3000. Yeah, Kevin Maguire was fired because he was the guy that you don't get for grim and gritty. They said, "Oh yeah, we want witty and lighthearted and fun to read." He starts working. DC wants grim and gritty because everything has to be grim in the New 52. Everything has to read like Batman.
I'll tell you why that they're doing that, which it's not right. But if you, I was reading a comic book chart. It was like the top whatever comics of the year that are selling. That's the only thing that's selling 100,000 now is Batman. There's like 1 and 2 or 2 different versions of Batman.
that's something I'd like to know. Like, who's writing that now?
I know
Scott Snyder.
Snyder's writing one.
And
I'm trying to think who's
he's-
writing the other.
guy that wrote Tony S. Daniels. One. I know he was one. He did the 10th.
But you think the editors are changing his shit? I mean, I think people like
I think
who
there are
have
certain
credibility.
I think there are certain
Just
calls.
leave him the
because,
fuck alone.
Because, again, they were dropping shit on George Perez, who has 40 years of credibility. I mean,
I think the thing is with Snyder is there's some people that can work within a prism, and this is the thing that there's a difference between like the creative owned characters, stuff like The Crossed, stuff that like The Boys, stuff that artists like or Hitman, which Garth Ennis had done.
Hitman, like a character Hitman?
Yes.
Is it the...
no,
it's not the video game Hitman?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not even related to it. It's from DC, and it was one of the few things they did when they did the Bloodlines crossline, where they created about 50 characters. There's
remember
only 3 of them.
Gunfire?
Gunfire, yeah,
Could
he
pick
was
up anything, turn it into a gun.
Oh, yeah,
he was
yeah,
a product of that. But the thing is,
He's the
and
abortion
granted,
of that.
DC owns the copyright to Hitman, but they let Garth Ennis do whatever he wanted. They let him also, bring other stuff from the DC continuity into that. The first story arc, Hitman's out to go kill the Joker. He's being paid to go take out the Joker, which there's a twist later that it turns out not to be. But it was able to do that type of stuff. And the thing is, a lot of that is good, the different new characters and stuff. But what it is you're got this copyright with all the characters that they have now, and they're like, hey, you got good ideas, we'll give you Superman, and they put that person in a prison. Here's what Superman has to be. It's like, well, look, I don't even want to work in that type. Like, if I was given Superman, I wouldn't be happy.
I mourn Superman now, and I'll get to that in a minute.
But I don't That's not my thing to write. I'm more, if I write stuff, I'm more like Mark Miller.
He'd write General
Garth
Zod
Ennis.
instead of Superman.
Yeah, it would be Zod. Yeah, give me Zod.
Yeah.
You know, give me a Zod story arc. I'll do that. Give me a
Zod
Joker
Year
story
One
arc.
or
Yeah.
something.
You know, and that's fine. You can have that shit. You can. But the thing is, they're putting so many people in prisons that they probably shouldn't. And Snyder's one of those guys. He can work in a prison, I think.
Well,
you know,
Okay, how about Gail Simone? Fired
Shouldn't
from
have done it.
Batgirl. Fired from Batgirl.
Never done it.
Was rehired, but when she put it out on Twitter, she's like, yeah, DC and I have parted ways. She's trying to be polite, but she's like, they wanted to go in one direction with the character, and I didn't. Because she's very protective of Barbara Gordon. She started writing Birds of Prey, and she made Barbara, even though Barbara was Oracle at the time, she still made Barbara a strong character, a well-thought-out character that didn't let her handicap hold her back at all. So when
Oracle's like Batman's Felicity Smoke,
right? So when they said, "Oh, Barbara's becoming Batgirl again," Gail Simone was the only one that could write it because she respects Barbara so much.
But isn't
she
she
knew how to
crippled?
handle it. What?
Isn't she crippled?
Not anymore.
How'd they do that?
She had some
That
kind
same
of,
brace, what Batman used in the movie?
what the rope.
The leg brace?
No. Remember, they fixed his back. They hung him on a rope.
Oh, yeah.
Because that'll cure you.
yeah.
That old
she
chestnut.
underwent some kind of real experimental surgery, and she had a lot of time healing and learning to walk again, and it worked. And I like how Barbara's gun shy. If you read that first Batgirl arc, the minute someone pulls a gun out on her, she starts having flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, Gail handled it well, but they fired
So
her.
that was Killing Joke that she was shot in,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
That's my all-time favorite book.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Oh,
Well,
I love it.
I was confused about the ending, but I really enjoyed it all the way up to then.
Well, so she's fired. The fans said, "No, you do not fire Gail Simone, especially through an email."
They used a
used an
bunch
email.
of punk bitches.
Right.
What a bunch of
So-
bitches, man.
Batgirl's one of the gems of the New 52. Now, J.H. Williams and W. Hayden quit DC after they said Batwoman can't get married. This is another thing. The New 52 will not allow marriage because old people get married and their heroes are young. Because nobody ever gets married young. I mean,
Isn't Green Lantern or Green Arrow married to Black Canary?
not anymore.
They
got
all
those
the marriages
stories
are
were
just-
good.
It's a New 52 divorce.
The Green
The
Arrow.
New 52 never happened type thing.
The Green Arrow and Black Canary books are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not in a book together anymore.
They were good.
They're
Green
not
Arrow
in a
and Green
book
Lantern
together
was
anymore.
good together. Jesus Christ.
Did somebody take over?
That's an asshole?
Dan Dildo.
And I mean, is that what brought up the revamping?
No. Dan
It was
Dil-
just the whole idea behind the New 52 was we have all this continuity. It's hard.
We should have talked about this at the very beginning.
Maybe I'm. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. So New 52 was designed to bring in new readers, to give them a jumping on point, to not be weighed down by continuity, and bring younger readers in.
Well, with all the Hot Topic outfits, you sure going to
And
bring
it's
younger.
not doing it. It's not doing it. Comic book sales are still shit.
And they're going to get worse. They're going to get worse because there isn't any substance in
Like,
most of them.
I mean, if it looks shitty, but the story's good. Like, have you ever read Long Halloween?
yeah.
Yeah.
The art's kind of.
You're not a
I
Tim
like the
Sale
art.
fan,
Huh?
You're not a Tim Sale fan.
I
mean,
like Tim Sale.
It was just kind of, it wasn't Hush.
Oh well, I mean Jim Lee's artwork
but-
is a tough act to follow.
But
Yeah, Jim Lee's
the
artwork's
story
great.
was great.
Oh, yeah.
I read that book. I mean, I read the trade in like 2 days.
You want to read a book that's
and that's
phenomenal.
a thick fucking book. That's like an inch.
A
Yeah.
book that's phenomenal, but the artwork is probably could be better. Is Batman Cult. Batman Cult's one of the best Batman books, but one of the best books I've ever read.
I've never read that,
and it's
but
a
I'm gonna have to
complete
find
one
it.
shoot. And the thing is, that's going to be one of those things that the New 52 is not going to touch because it was a complete one shoot. What it is this new preacher named Deacon Blackfire has gotten a vigilante mob to go out and start attacking criminals, and eventually they start going after innocent people in Gotham. It's great, and it ends great. But of course, and this is the thing, a lot of people love the idea of vigilantes. I kind of do too, but at one point, one of the vigilantes just kills a black guy because he's with a white girl. So it goes to that area. But it's a phenomenal read. artwork is. There's numerous times I'm looking at the artwork. I'm like, this is okay, but it's more influenced by early horror work than anything.
I mean, if there's a good story, I'll fucking read it. I mean, it doesn't have to look beautiful. Just as long as there's got to be some pictures, though.
Well,
that just take me.
They're running low on the new good stories. Like I said, those guys left Batwoman because they had planned it. Batwoman to get married, and just like what Rob Liefeld
would
said,
Batman give it away?
I don't know if she knows that. I don't know how closely she works with Batman because
the
she
new
kind
52?
of she doesn't
Now,
operate.
In the new, is she still Commissioner Gordon's daughter?
No, this is Batwoman.
Oh, Batwoman's.
Kate
Okay,
Kane.
gotcha. Sorry. My bad.
But she was supposed to get married to her girlfriend, Maggie Sawyer. They had this planned, and at the absolute last minute, they were going to print with it, and DC said, no marriage. Now, I don't know if it's no gay marriage, or if they're still sticking to the no any character.
Well,
marriage,
it could be
period.
no marriage, period, but it could be stemmed from the whole no, because
Maybe that was somebody's excuse, like, oh, no, they can't get
Yeah.
married. Yeah, none of our characters are getting married. Yeah, that's it.
what it could have been. And the thing is, they're probably afraid of some sort of outcry because of a gay marriage thing. But here's the thing:
This isn't
those
the
fuckers aren't
1980s.
reading it either. They're not. They're not going to read anything that's.
I think you
written
do that
out
shit
with-
on purpose now.
Well, it pisses me off because first off, why do you consider someone who doesn't give a fuck about your medium anyways? I wouldn't. And that's the thing. Like I hear where Adam's going about with the new 52 being shit and shock and awe for the sake of shock and awe. But sometimes shock and awe works. The cross. Kane reads the cross.
But again, shock and awe. I think shock and awe works when there's an intelligence behind it.
Yeah.
When George Carlin said the 7 words are not allowed to sound on television, there was an intelligence behind it.
But here's
now if you just repeat the words just to repeat it,
here's
it's
the
not
thing.
as funny.
These crazy right wingers are already started up on the new 52 because they think it's offensive.
It's not even.
There was
political.
already news.
It's-
There was already a news article where, of course, they're taking this adult medium to 13-year-olds and saying, "Is this inappropriate?" They're doing that. They're going past, because they want to get rid of it.
Some of this tripe isn't even appropriate for adults. It just
Well,
insults
I mean-
your intelligence.
I mean, nowadays, everybody's got a problem with something.
But here, what's going to end up happening, they keep that shit up. They start using the fans don't even like it either. We start talking about the comic book code coming back in. And then the good
It
stuff.
will never come back in.
Look, I never thought that we
it
would
sounds
be
like they're
debating.
trying to just make rated G or rated PG stories.
Not in the new 52. It's rated S for shit.
But I didn't think some of the shit would happen today that has happened. The fact that gay discrimination thing in Arizona, that it went that far to a veto.
Okay, but it got vetoed.
It did, but it shouldn't even fucking came up.
Okay,
That'd have been like allowing for black discrimination. I mean, come on. The fact
we
that it went that far.
We interrupt this podcast for Chris's breakdown.
But that's the thing. You can't rule it out. These crazies don't give a fuck about the rest of the country.
No, these crazies working in DC don't give a fuck about the comics.
They don't either.
And like,
I'm more afraid of them.
I'll bring up something else. They don't respect the diverse characters. It seems like every comic that had like a black lead has been either canceled or changed.
Yeah, that's shitty.
Case in point, Batwing, the Batman of Africa, was great. It was a great concept that Grant Morrison came up with Batman Incorporated. There were Batmans all over the world. Bruce Wayne funded this.
Right.
Batwing was the guy.
And
in
nobody
Africa.
can figure out that Bruce Wayne is Batman?
No, Bruce Wayne came out and said he was working for Batman to establish Batman Incorporated.
How convenient.
Right. But it was a good idea, and the Batwing was one of those characters that carried over the New 52. And his book was pretty good because it dealt with a different setting.
A different kind of problem.
A different, I mean, he was dealing with warlords and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, at issue 19, a lot of books changed around issue 19. And they said, oh, we're going to have him quit being Batwing. And we're not... You guess who the new Batwing is? Because their books aren't incestuous enough. It's Lucius Fox's son is the new Batwing. He wasn't even in Africa. I don't know if it still takes place in Africa, because when I looked at this, I said, fuck it, I quit. I quit. I'm Rob Liefelding this shit. I quit. I quit. I'm like, not everything has to be connected to Gotham. Your books don't need to be incestuous that way. Bring in some new ideas.
So why did he quit? Wait a
It's
minute.
just too much for him.
Lucius Fox.
Yeah.
Is he black?
Yeah. His
Okay.
son is, I mean, Batwing's still black, but it's like,
Okay.
instead of having this guy from
You made it
Africa-
sound like they were changing it.
Well,
Like
no, they
that he
changed-
wasn't going to be black anymore.
No, he's not the same character. They've made the one
They
guy
replaced
quit.
him with
Lucius
Lex
Fox's, Lucius Fox's son is now the new Batwing, and you're like, this is stupid.
Well, they need to quit doing. If you
Yeah.
don't, if you're gonna,
Oh, wait, no.
if you're gonna stop the hero from being the hero, you're gonna replace him. Either discontinue the shit, don't have someone else pick up. We've seen that about 1,000 times.
After 19 issues, it's too soon to be like, okay,
Yeah,
he
it
quits. Also, they had a Static Shock book. You guys remember the cartoon Static Shock?
love Static
Yeah,
Shock.
that was a great show. He got his own book. And I think it lasted maybe 12 issues before they canceled that.
Well, they did a lot of cancellations. I know the
Okay, but
Frankenstein Agent of Shade.
No. Well, that was borderline, but no, there's kind of a pattern here. We're going to change everything about the Black Batman. We're going to change Static Shock. He's black. We're canceling his book. Mr. Terrific, another black character. He's the fourth smartest man in the world. Very, very intelligent. He's like Mr. Fantastic without those powers. Canceled. Let's see. Earth 2 Green Lantern. They made him gay. Then they're just kind of forgot about Earth 2. So now that character's not even really. I don't even know if he's still around. Batwoman, the only other gay character I think they have, and they're like, she can't get married. Like, there's no respect for the diverse characters.
Oh no, I know.
And speaking
They're afraid
of that,
of public outcry.
if you read Justice League,
Being
Cyborg,
too fucking PC.
if you read Justice League, Cyborg, and I have it right here, is being token for token's sake. It's like they threw him on there like, okay, we have a bunch of white characters. So
Cyborg is black anyway, though, right?
But the way they write him, it's almost like you kind of want to break the fourth wall and be like, why are you here? Because they're not letting you do much. You're just here so they're like, we don't have a whole team of white people running around. But Cyborg was a much better character before they did the New 52. He was smarter. He was more gung-ho about shit. And now he's just kind of like on there to prove that DC's not racist.
They're just stupid.
There's some black characters that are written best going against the stereotype, and there's some black characters that are written best going with the stereotype. The best black character I've ever read going with the stereotype is Barracuda. Barracuda, if a bunch of racist white motherfuckers thought of their worst black fear, it's Barracuda, and it works for it. It works for it. It's fucking great.
I'll tell you what's funny about that is there's a Punisher comic with Barracuda. I guess Punisher had a daughter he didn't know about. The infant, the baby. Barracuda finds her, and his line of dialogue, he finds Frank Castle, who's like, "Congratulations, motherfucker, it's a bitch." But Barracuda, it doesn't. He's that type of character. He's a great character, tough as hell.
But they changed him?
Should have killed Eminem, in my opinion.
They changed him in the new
No, they
52?
made him the villain.
He's Marvel. He's Marvel.
They made
okay.
him the villain in the Eminem story.
Yeah, they did. He should have killed Eminem.
Yeah, that should have ended with him killing him.
And I'd have wrote them the best fan letter ever.
But he's a negative black stereotype, but he's an awesome character because he's not a good guy. You know.
You know who else isn't a good guy?
Who?
Superman. Now, over here, I watched the George Reeves show. I watched the Christopher Reeves movies. You know, all the cartoons, everything that made Superman great. And this new 52 Superman doesn't have it. Number one, they write him like Batman. He's
they
dark,
shouldn't.
he's brooding, he's angry. He's too angry. I mean, he's not with Lois.
Yeah,
Lois is married to someone else.
Superman is like
He's
the boy next door. He's like a
He's
I
the
don't know how
golden
to
standard of heroes. He was the first comic book hero. He's the guy that when you create a superhero, he was the archetype.
yeah.
Basically, he was everything that was good.
He's almost like a goody two shoes.
He
That's
was
what I
the
was
big
trying to
blue
get
Boy
to.
Scout. But I mean, Superman
Big Blue Boy
versus
Scout.
that was his nickname actually.
Right.
A lot of people would refer to him as that. And if
I think they mentioned that in the movie.
Probably.
The first Christopher Reeve movie.
Probably. But that's Superman, and it works for him, because if you watch Superman versus the Elite, it shows why Superman must always practice restraint.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's a
book,
really
good movie.
That was a one-shot comic, and it was probably one of the best Superman stories ever written.
Yeah,
and he's not like that anymore, because they're like, well, Superman should be angry. Well,
Jesus.
now he's just a dick. He's a bully, basically. I mean, they write him like Batman. He's just gonna. I don't know. Everything that Batman does works for Batman because Bruce is fucked up. Clark shouldn't be, but he's not with Lois. Superman and Lois were like the first couple of comics.
Yeah.
They're one of those iconic couples and relationships. They're not even together. They're not together at all. Lois is married to someone else. Oh, both his parents are dead. Died a long time ago.
Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Whoa is
I get Pa Kent being dead because he's been dead, but
Ma Kent is dead too.
Spike.
you're fucking kidding me.
Oh, you want something that would piss all you off? He's not even working for the Daily Planet.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking blogger.
Clark Kent is a blogger. What? Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, I mean, they said, hey, here's everything that made Superman great. We're gonna piss on it.
I think we found the name of the episode.
We're going to piss on it.
No, Clark Kent is a blogger.
That's stupid. Oh.
Yeah.
I understand revamping certain things for a
They're
new
just
age,
trying to
but
modernize him, which is
But
fucking retarded.
It doesn't work.
we still have journalists. We don't.
Yeah.
No, they
well,
have
I mean,
they
do you
have
really want to call most of the people on TV journalists?
Not the
They-
ones on TV, but the ones that actually write.
Oh, those people.
They've established,
guys are journalists.
but they've established the Daily Planet still exists. But he's a blogger. He's not with Lois. His parents are dead. I'm just like, what?
That
the
sounds
fuck
so
is this?
fucking silly.
It is, and you know how he used to wear his costume under his clothes, that iconic image of Clark Kent opening his shirt and there's
gives me chills.
Now he has this device that just makes the armor appear over everything.
like the ring that Flash has.
No, because I mean that would at least be cool because it would be a nod to the Silver Age, and they want to forget that the Silver Age ever existed. It's just bullshit, and now he's with Wonder Woman, right? Which worked at the end of Kingdom Come, but it doesn't work now because Wonder Woman's a different character. Oh my gosh, Wonder Woman's origin is completely different. She's basically female Hercules, the daughter of Zeus. She wasn't before, she is now. The daughter of Zeus. Plus, the Amazons aren't immortal. You know how they used to be immortal in the comics? They would never age?
It's
No.
sad. I bet you, because the new Wonder Woman stuff was Brian Azzarello wrote it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they dictated to him what was going to be in it.
Well,
and that was
okay.
some of the shit.
The Wonder Woman, if there's any female comic book character to respect, it's Wonder Woman. She was really the first female character to have her own title and say, I can toe the line just as tough as the boys can.
So she's not immortal.
No. Well, I mean, she might be now because of the whole Zeus thing and whatever. But but the Amazons themselves aren't immortal. They've basically established that the Amazons, every 30 years or so to repopulate the island, leave, go fuck some random guy, kill that guy, and return with the baby. Now, I'm like, if they're going to seedy bars to pick up men, some of these men, if they find out the woman's pregnant, don't want anything to do with the baby anyway, so why kill the guy?
Yeah, why kill him?
Because
have a one-night stand and leave. Never come back.
It just, to me, again, the Amazons had dignity, and this takes it away. This really
But then
takes it
that
away.
baby is half human.
Well, the Amazons now are human. I mean, they're not immortal. They're not immortal at all. So it really just pisses.
I'll tell you
everything away.
what's wrong with that title right there. I like Brian Azzarello a lot.
Yeah,
He's a
I know.
great
100
writer.
Bullets is great.
You
that
have him.
Joker book is great.
Yeah, you have him writing something that's more
Violent.
You get him. No, you
Darker,
get him writing.
gritty?
Write him. Have him writing Batman, not Wonder Woman. No,
He did write Batman before, and it was good.
There's a lot of other titles they could have hooked him with, not that.
Yeah, they gave him Wonder Woman, and I don't know if he didn't know how to approach the character, or DC said, "Oh, wait, you get a load of this," and then he's just like, "Oh, I'm going to be lynched at the next Comic-Con." But not only Wonder Woman as even again, she had dignity, and now they just portray her as just this sex toy of Superman's. Her first issue, she's parading around naked for no reason. No reason. And again, every Wonder Woman's attractive. And I'm like, she's always been one of my, comic book fantasies, so to speak. But I don't like seeing her disrespected because she did something. If it wasn't for Wonder Woman, we wouldn't have any of these female superheroes with their own books. I mean, you respect her. You owe her that. Her costume was horrible. I mean, I know I bitched about her having pants just because I'm such a fan of the classic Wonder Woman outfit, but they changed it to look more classic, but the color scheme is like, it's red, black, and silver instead of red, blue, and gold. And she just, again, her whole thing is, I'm angry, I'm sexual, and I'm angry.
It sounds like they're making all these characters all pissed off and broody.
Yes.
Batman sells that way, so they're like, let's make all of them like Batman.
That's exactly what it is.
That's the problem they ran into back in the 50s and 60s. All their characters read like Superman. They were all friendly, and they're stand-up guys and everything, and that's why Marvel was killing them in the sales. So then they're like, okay, Green Arrow's going to be political. And trust me, Chris, did that book not work?
What?
Green Arrow, the political issues of Green Arrow, when it starts tackling those social
issues, that's why Green Arrow is great.
Right.
That's how he should be done.
Green Lantern became more of a space struggle. I mean, like, DC learned, we can't have all our characters being cookie cutters.
Yeah.
But now they're back to doing that.
It's like they wrote it all Superman, then they just put a different character in.
The thing is,
now it's all Batman with a different character.
The thing is, when it's not selling is when they're going to care.
It's not selling now. They're fudging the numbers. DC put a poll. DC put a poll online, and it said, "Which do you prefer, the old universe, the New 52, or do you think we should have the old universe come back and do like the New 52 in an alternate universe?" The one that won was option C. We want the old universe back, but you can still do the New 52, kind of like how Marvel did the Ultimate books.
Yeah.
When those numbers came out, DC took the poll down. They took the poll down. Because the majority of people want the old continuity back. Yeah. And this isn't like how they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they did a new continuity, because they still acknowledged everything. They just made it blend into one Earth instead of having a multiverse. This is so completely different, you don't even understand. Now, the reason you like Animal Man and Swamp Thing is, get this, those are the only two books where the editors let the writers do whatever they want.
So is there different editors for, like, is there a Superman editor, Batman editor, Green Arrow editor?
Yeah.
Really?
And the editors dictate what's going on. I mean,
why do they know better than the storyteller?
because they think, because somehow they blew their way up
because
to
they
a higher
have glow-in-the-dark
position.
condoms and they're fighting with their cocks. There can be only one. Oh, another thing that DC teased about, because Batwoman is a lesbian, and you want to get all these young boys all hot and heavy to buy your comics, they tease that Wonder Woman may or may not be a lesbian. They wanted to toe that line because they wanted the sales. They wouldn't make a decision one way or another till finally she's with Superman, and they have Wonder Woman, who is a warrior born, being subversive to Superman. Like the cover of Superman Wonder Woman issue 1 has Superman standing there all tough looking and like getting ready to take on whatever they're fighting, and here's Wonder Woman with her head down and her hands behind her back, and you're like, this isn't Diana. What the fuck is this? It's not Diana.
I mean, she could
stop that.
She could hang with Superman in a fight, right?
Right.
I don't think they should have ever hooked them to the fuck up.
Yeah. You're telling me? And again, it's the whole grim and gritty idea. And the grim and gritty does not always equal good. It works for Batman. It's just the best way to look at the New 52. They killed Hope. No. In the Green Lantern comics, you know how each spectrum, each color represents a different thing. Blue represents hope. And there is...
what color represents hope?
Blue.
Oh, okay.
There is an entity in each battery which represents that power. Parallax was the fear entity, and Ion was the willpower entity. They killed Adara, the entity that represents hope. They killed Hope. Hope.
Okay.
They literally killed Hope in the New 52. It's horrible.
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
And they erased continuity. Like, I brought that up at the beginning. The continuity's fucked up. They've established. In the first Teen Titans arc, Red Robin says something like, I wonder if the old Teen Titans ever had to deal with this, kind of acknowledging that there were Teen Titans before him.
Yeah.
Like in the old universe. When that story went to trade, they edited out that line.
What was the line?
It's something about if the old Titans ever went through what they're going through. They edited it out because they're like, no, these are the first Teen Titans ever. So they contradicted their own continuity. They did the same thing when Martian Manhunter said that he was a member at one time of the Justice League.
So in the new 52, he's not.
No. They had him because they moved him to the Wildstorm side of the new 52 Spectrum, and he's with I forget what team.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Well, he told them that he spent time with the Justice League. He used to be in the Justice League. Now they went back and said, "Oh, that's not true. In fact, here's our Justice League comic. It's just forming. The team's just forming."
Did they fuck with the Authority on that?
No, the Authority's not even part of that. They also fucked up Clark and Bruce's first meetings. They've established that
Clark.
Yeah.
And okay, gotcha.
They've established that they first met when the Justice League was forming, and then the Batman Superman comic said, "Oh no, they met years before that."
I read something where they met for a brief moment when they were little kids. Bruce was in the car with Alfred.
Yeah.
And I think they like blew a tire or something out there in Kansas.
Right.
And
which
Bruce is in the back seat, brooding.
Mm-hmm. What else
but he's
Bruce
he's a little kid, and Clark is out there playing with some kids, and they kind of know who he is, and the story picks up on the next page with both of them, but present day. But it was a neat little. It was like 4 pages or something like that. It was a
like
neat
that.
little origin.
I wonder if that was part of the new 52. I mean,
I don't think it was.
They just contradict themselves. And I'm saying this.
I
it's
honestly
shit.
think that was the beginning of Hush.
I don't remember that part from Hush.
I have
That might have been
to
a
look.
backstory in that trade. Chris, do you know anything about that?
I mean, it was
Yeah,
the very
what,
beginning,
Hush?
and it
Nah, I don't
almost
think so.
seemed to. Actually, I don't think Superman was in Hush, was he?
No. Well,
No.
a brief
Yeah,
when Poison
yeah.
Ivy took him over.
And then Batman
that's
beat his
right.
ass.
I don't know.
The best,
But-
greatest line in comic book is when Bruce says, he's like,
Yeah.
he says to Clark, he's like, deep down inside, you're a good person. Deep down inside, I'm not.
And the new 52 is like, let's be new, but give them something they've already seen. So we have more in this Justice League Batman versus Superman. We've seen it. We have Superman versus Supergirl. We've seen it. Batgirl versus Nightwing. We've seen it. So it's like you're new, but you're recycling old ideas.
They're just putting a new modern twist on them.
Oh gosh, it's horrible. It's horrible. If you take anything away from this, it's boycott it. Make it go away. Make it go away. Don't read it. Don't read it. Don't read it.
All right, well, we've been running an hour and 20 minutes here, so
Oh wow.
so I gotta wrap it up. I gotta go to work early tomorrow, so.
Okay.
Well, thanks guys for doing this. Next time, like I said last time, you're gonna have to come to my house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, well, it was good having all you guys here. So,
Thank you.
did you want to say something? Because you hardly said shit.
Not really.
we'll have to bring Kane back if we do a Deadpool show or the Cross.
Yeah, I like Deadpool. I've read a few of
I
them.
love
It's
Deadpool.
he's
I could say this, but
somebody told me he's a comic book character that knows he's a comic book character.
Yep.
yeah, he
And
does. He breaks
I was like, I got to read that shit.
he breaks the fourth. He pisses on the fourth wall.
Alrighty, well, we're gonna go with From the Monkey Basement. I'm Mike Mann.
I'm Chris Sherrod.
Adam, I hate the new 52 Robins.
I'm King Kraft.
All right. Are you craving more from the Monkey Basement? You can go find us at fromthemonkeybasement.podomatic.com, where you can like, comment, stream, download all of the episodes. And for all of you that use iDevices, you can find us on iTunes as well. Go like the From the Monkey Basement Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at From the Monkey. And if you don't like filling your phone with all of those downloads, you can check us out on the Stitcher Radio app.